community. And I said, oh, it's so good to see you. And his reply was, it is so good to be seen. And I got it. We all have gone through many things by the time that we get to see each other again. So parents and teachers and administrators, we made it through yet another series of IEP meetings, right? There have been emergency room visits. There have been heated discussions with insurance companies and medical professors. There have been out of stock prescriptions, right? That some of us have experienced. There have been prepared and uneaten meals that go thrown across the room sometimes. Maybe you've been cursed out and shouted out since the last time we've gathered together. But and maybe the knock on your door was some neighbor who was having a hard time with the screams that were going on inside of your house. We've all been through so many different things since the last time we've gathered. And then there have been good things. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. But there have also been some really good things that have happened, and maybe it is your son or your daughter, your student that's been making measurable progress. Maybe the eye contact is noticeably longer this time around. Or maybe they are sleeping easier than they did last month or last week or even last night. Or perhaps they are finally responding favorably to their tutors and therapists and to the new techniques that you've administered. Maybe the adjustment for their medication is finally the right one this time. There are many stories here together that are gathered in one room today. So much resilience and perseverance that's represented in this one room. In this one room, there are many examples of why you just shouldn't give up, why you should just keep going. So welcome. You're surrounded by people here who get it, people who understand being overwhelmed sometimes, and people who understand the need for support and answers, people who have that never-changing goal of just wanting the best for children and wanting them to live the best that they can. So I hope you'll feel added strength in this company that's around you. There are necessary conversations no matter how difficult they become today. The special needs community is ever growing. And while at times the resources just seem to not be, that's what makes a day like today so important, to give voice to our concerns and our frustrations, and also to give voice to those things that we appreciate, the services that are working for our children, the programs that are beneficial. Those are all deserving of conversations. Raphael?
Can y'all give it up for my wife, please? It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be here, Dr. Gadsden. Thank you again for extending the invitation. I am nervous as I stand here before you because I would be exactly where you are sitting were I not asked to present with Sarena this keynote. As parents of a special needs child, we have been through a wide range of emotions. We've been through a wide range of solutions and things that didn't quite fit right. As you mentioned, medications. We've been, I think Grant started out, let's see if I can run this down. Span Elementary, across the street to Somerville Elementary, Sires, Eagle Nest, Oak Brook, Nashley Ridge. And with that, especially in elementary school, just trying to find the right fit. When Grant was diagnosed with autism, there, I don't think, was a class that was dedicated to autism. The district was trying to figure it out. So at one point, he went to Eagle Nest, and he was in an autism-only classroom. So I just appreciate the district for working with us along the way and being proactive in trying to provide some solutions for. And I also want to take a moment to really give Dr. Gadsden and her team and the liaison support group a round of applause as well, because this is awesome. You know, it's one thing to field complaints. You know, everybody has a complaint, and as the head, you get all of the complaints. Very seldom do people tell you, hey, you're doing a great job. But what I like about this, they've had the foresight, uh, the providence to have a liaison group. Ms. Kendra Boffman, who is a parent of a special needs child herself, being on that group, she's able to help field some of those concerns differently. Sometimes we look at it in us versus them. Well, it's a we now because she sees the district and the heart of all of our educators who work tirelessly. And shout out to my son's educators who are in the room here today. His last day here at Ashley Ridge was yesterday, and he is looking forward to life. Um, but all that it goes into that, and if we have that kind of community, if we have that kind of communication, we can get to a point where we can all be seen,
Sure.
where we can all be heard, and we can all move towards a solution. So one more time, a big round of applause for the efforts that are going on right now. Now to Ms. Meyer, I am way off script. I was telling somebody, we have a script at work, and sometimes I go off that script, and this is one of those times. So whatever slides you put up is where we'll go. Did you want to say anything before we go?
No.
Okay, so if you can go back to the slide for Sarena. Sarena, when Grant was diagnosed, we didn't know exactly what we were going to do or what the autism diagnosis meant. At the time, I think it was 1 in 88 people had autism. Now it's 1 in 30 something. 1 in 31. Okay, so the numbers are shrinking, more and more people. So thankfully, there are more resources now. Thankfully, there are more programs now than what there were when we began. So I'm grateful for that. And this is an opportunity for you to see some of those providers. I love our community of parents. Some of us know everything that's going on, all of the resources, all of the programs, all of the meetings. And when you share that with somebody else, it strengthens us all. So, again, big props out to those kinds of parents who are advocates for their kids. And then there's some of us who, with the pressures of life, it's all we can do to just manage to keep the house running, much less try to be running off to this meeting or that meeting. But this is what I like to see us get to, a place where all of those rich resources are available, a space where all of those resources that you may not, sometimes you don't even know what to ask for because you don't know what exists. I am so grateful for this space where we can bring all of those people together, all of those providers together. I want to challenge you at this time, parents. This is a safe place, and this is a place where you come to ask questions. Let me ask you this question. How many of you have ever been in an IEP or a meeting with the school, and these words and phrases get spit at you and they go over your head, and you have no idea? Okay, I thought it was just me, but I'm glad I see some hands. And sometimes it's a little intimidating. You don't want to stop and ask questions all the time, but that's exactly what we're going to do today. Any questions that you have, ask your question. Ask with confidence. Ask with fearlessness. There is somebody in this room who can find the answer for you. There is somebody in this room that can help you get to where you need to go. The only stupid question is the question that's not asked. Take it from me, I'm a journalist. The questions are my biggest tool. If I don't ask the right questions, I don't get the right answer. So I encourage you, I challenge you, if there's something that bothers you, if there is something that you want to figure out, ask. It may not exist, but your question, your ask may birth it into being. Just ask. Again, I'm way off script. My wife, as a way of dealing with the autism diagnosis, developed a blog. It's called onaisle9.com. And she's a wonderful writer, and she would take different parts of things that we were experiencing with Grant and just write them out there in the way that she does. And she brought such light and clarity to what we were going through. And the purpose for that website was to bring understanding, perspective, and sensitivity for parents of special needs children, but also the world. Remember that number I told you about? 1 in 31? So it used to be if you don't know somebody with autism, you will. Or if you don't know somebody with special needs, you will. Now, no, you know somebody. They may be in your house, they may be in your family, they may be in your neighborhood, down the street, your next door neighbor. So if we are going to live in this world together, we've got to find ways to make living easier. So that's why we are pushing understanding, perspective, and sensitivity. You want to jump in?
We get asked sometimes how that came to be. I was at Target in Somerville on aisle 9, and it was one of the biggest meltdowns Grant had had to that point. And with special needs, it's just a huge spectrum, because sometimes you can identify right away that there's challenges present or that there are issues there. Part of our journey sometimes is that you don't often recognize it right away. And so I got the bad parent looks from strangers, and I felt so in that moment in a crowded area, a crowd of people, I felt so alone. So we pushed it out, the story that happened there. And the response we got from people saying, oh, I know somebody, oh, that's my story, or I can totally relate to that moment. It was so beautifully overwhelming. So we've been writing in real time now. That was when Grant was 3. Grant, how old are you? 18, yeah, 18. He turns 19 in June. That's his announcement. Next month.
Shout out to my kids. My oldest, Jaden, would you stand up, Jaden, so they can see you? Jaden attended Ashley Ridge High School. My next child, Grant. Grant, will you stand up?
Glad.
You have to forgive Grant. He's a little shy.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all, Grant. I called him the champ. This is his last year at Ashley Ridge. His last day at school was yesterday. And Grant, we're proud of you. He graduates at the end of this month, and I'm so grateful for the admin, the teachers, and the staff, and Dr. Gaston's office for working with us. So Grant, we're proud of you. And my youngest daughter is Nia. Stand up, Nia. Now she does act shy. But Nia is amazing. She has a 5.1 GPA. She's involved in theater and so many other things here at this school, so we're blessed. We're really grateful for our children. And my sister's here too. She works in the district, Miss LaDonna Davis. You can stand, all right. Thanks for coming out. All right, somebody got to help me with my time. Next slide, please. Well, let's talk about that. I've written a book. I don't want to talk about it. A journalist's essays on autism, dementia, religion, and God. And when I started writing this, it was in no way meant to be a book. It was in no way meant for you to see. It was in no way meant to get out of the nightstand beside my bed where I was journaling. But something happened. My wife noticed at the time that I was having a difficult time with my father's dementia diagnosis, the many challenges that come with Grant's autism diagnosis. And it was really tough, and I felt in some ways that I really didn't have anybody to talk to. And that's not true. I had plenty of people to talk to. I didn't want to talk about it. And so this isn't marketing. This is the 100% God's honest truth, I don't want to talk about it. So Sarena said, you should, if you're not going to talk to somebody, if you're not going to go get therapy or speak to somebody, at least write it down. And the wonderful writer that she is, I started doing that. And in the beginning, it was just all of my anger. I can't believe you let this happen to me, God. I can't believe we have to do this, this, and this. I can't believe we just can't go and do like normal families and go to a restaurant and enjoy a meal without having to worry if something's going to go sideways. And I'd write it, shut it down, then I'd go to sleep. Because before, the reason I got up in the first place is thoughts just in my head. I can't sleep. So writing it was a way to let these thoughts out and I could find a little bit of peace. After writing for a little while, I began to go back to my previous writings and I could see growth. I could see this is how I felt then and this is how I feel now. And I would share some of it with Sarena and she's like, that can help somebody. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, somebody else is going through that too. And if you share it, they'll feel less alone. I'll let you step in.
Less alone. That is true. So one of the unique things I've found about this book and sharing it with others, the response we've gotten, people will call or they'll text or they'll message us somehow and say, you know what, I totally understand this. Raphael's unique position of being in the middle, right? A parent with a type of challenge, with a type of mental challenge, and a son also with a type of mental challenge. And we're finding that as we grow older, that is a lot of our stories, right? You have parents who you're now concerned about. And so through this book, I think it's an honest, really, really honest, that's your warning, take on everything that has happened. I love the resolve that he came to. And that is, can I just say this? I'm asking, can I say this? And I know I'm getting ready to say it. His father, one of his last words, one of the last conversations he had with his father, he was telling Dad just how hard it is to watch him just become. It was hard. It was a hard space to watch him become something that he'd not been before. And then similar trials going on with his son. And one of Dad's, our children call him Papa, one of Papa's last words to Raphael was, trust God anyway. And that was it. That was his last sentence. That was his last sentence to Raphael. And I think that is the journey of faith that's represented here, knowing that there is still a plan, right? Even though it gets really tough sometimes. You gonna read something? Are you gonna read something, or are you gonna? I just have to the person running the slides, you are remarkable because we are now all off, but you're smiling and I appreciate it.
If you can choose a brief passage to read. While we're doing that though, I do want to do this. Nia, Grant, Jaden, I need you to help me out. I have some Post-its and I have some pens. I want everybody to take one Post-it. If you have a pen, that would help out. Take a pen out. And our next part of the slide or the presentation, you can go to it. We're talking about the pillars of our journey. And I think one of the strongest pillars is our community. We talked about feeling alone. It's lonely feeling alone. It's lonely feeling like there's nobody else who's been where you are. How many of you have ever been discouraged in dealing with your special needs family member? How many of you have ever been discouraged in your job, in whatever it is? Okay, so what I would like for you to do now, as they pass out these sticky notes, I want you to write on the sticky something encouraging. Write an encouraging note that you would have wanted to receive at the time when you were at your lowest. We can do that real quickly. You can take one and pass it or pass it around. Write down something encouraging, an encouraging thought, an encouraging note. Because don't we all need some encouragement from time to time? And we're just about done, I promise. I'm going to wrap it up. All right. Who's finished? Who needs a little more time? Who's trying to think of something encouraging to say? Just one. Just one.
Thank you.
Anybody want to share? Anybody? All right. Very good. Hold on a second. Okay, come on up. What's your name?
Stephanie Smalls.
All right, Ms. Smalls, thank you very much for sharing. Tell us what you wrote.
You are doing a great job.
Yeah.
You are doing a great job. Thank you. Hold on, before you go anywhere. Is there anybody in the audience who really needed to hear that today? Can you take that sticky note to somebody who with their hands raised? There's one right over here. Raise your hand if you really need to hear that today. Hey, what's your name? Amy? You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Anybody else? In the back? Yes. Jeremiah 29 and 11. You know that one. Tell us what Jeremiah 29 and 11 says. You know what? You got to come to the microphone. Anybody else want to share? Come on up. And we'll take one more in the orange and black. Come on up.
He's happy.
Yep, come on. All right. Jeremiah 29 and 11. Let's see what that says. You remember it?
Yes.
Or
I just basically, that's in my class, from Jeremiah 29 about God knows the plans that he has for me. And I think that about my students, even though we might be at a time and they're not understanding and everyone around them might not understand, it is a spectrum and it's from one end to the other. But it doesn't matter because whatever God has for you is for you. And he's not going to harm you, he's not going to hurt you, he's going to make sure you prosper. He's going to give you the tools that you need to go through. And parents, as a teacher, 25 years, I'm here, I fight for my babies every day, I stay in principal office. I do, I'm like, so I just want you to know that he's there, he's got the plans, it's already written, and you're going to make it. He's not going to leave you nor forsake you.
That's
all right. Now don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Who needs to know that? Who needs to know? All right. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I put, you will succeed, just trust in yourself.
Ooh.
Where's your sticky note? All right. You will succeed, just believe in yourself.
Trust.
Who is that for? I see some hands. I see some hands. Thank you very much. Hey, you will succeed if you believe in yourself. Thank you very much.
When it comes to kids that struggle to communicate, these words that I look for my son, this will make my day in a second. Freddie is happy in the green zone.
All right. Happy in the green zone. And that's a parenting strategy that you've come up with.
Oh, well, that's special educators.
Oh, okay.
There are zones where we communicate that we're happy, mad, upset, and he will say, I think he got this from school originally, Freddie's happy in the green zone.
Who needs that? Educator, go ahead. Hey, Tiffany.
I just put, we got this.
Yes. There's one right there. We got this. We got this, and we do. Indeed, we do. This is community. This is a village, and this is where we come to feel less alone. This is where we come to feel less overwhelmed. We can do this. There are supports in place. We may not understand everything. I used to think it was so unfair that I went to school to be a journalist. Why do I have to learn psychology? Why do I have to learn about the brain? Why do I have to learn about neurodevelopment? Why do I have to learn all of this stuff when that's not what I went to school for? But we